Peace. My name is Derek Payne. I'm your professor for Speech 1311 this semester. Wanted to post a video to clarify some things. I'm going to take advantage of some time this semester to do some things a little bit differently and try to be more interactive with you. Technically, we cannot have virtual class, but I want to give you as many opportunities and explanations as I possibly can to help you go through this material, particularly if you're in an 8-week class. And this is going to go by very quickly, but in any case, it's going to go by very quickly. I want to make sure that you have ability to contact me. The syllabus that I've already emailed you has a Google Voice number on it. It makes me reachable all the time. I always try to answer the phone and prioritize the phone. If you're using the Google Voice number established specifically for academics, I assume you're a student. I try to prioritize those calls. I am in class face-to-face at Richland College from 11 to 12:20 on on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I am in Wichita Hall, room 257 from 11 to 12:30. So if your schedule permits, you can always stop by and ask me a question directly. You can use the Google Voice number to schedule either a virtual or a face-to-face meeting. I'm on Richland College's campus pretty much 5, sometimes 6 days a week. So I'm not inaccessible at all. I want to make sure that you know that. If you have questions, special needs, or concerns, make sure that you direct them towards me. I can probably answer those questions better than anybody else. For those of you that are new, welcome to Dallas College. Welcome to the Communications Division. And prayerfully, this will be a great exchange of information. I try to learn from my students as much as I teach my students. So I want to make sure that I welcome you warmly. Purpose of this video is to really describe what's going to happen over the next several weeks. You have a list of assignments. I'm going to be giving weekly updates specifically on what those assignments are. I'm posting what's due each week of the semester so that you have some idea of where you're at versus where you should be. My big admonition: read the assignments and do the work. Try it. It's not impossible. It's a core course, which means that it's part of your curriculum. Like it or not, in order to graduate from college, you need the information that's in this class. I find it to be helpful in terms of future classes that you may be taking. I want to make sure that you're as prepared as possible and also want to articulate as clearly as I can my needs for this particular class. I teach speech communication here randomly. Will teach government. This is my 19th year. I'm finishing my 19th year at Dallas College. I've taught Speech 1311 every semester and every summer since 2005. So the expertise is there. This is my 24th year of teaching. I've taught everything between kindergarten and graduate classes at a 4-year university. So a bit about my background, but that may help you. I've taught Speech 1311 continuously. I've also taught Speech 1315, which is Intro to Public Speaking. I've taught Speech 1318, which is Interpersonal Communication. And I've taught Speech 1321, which is Business and Professional Communication. I taught humanities, a class in the history of hip hop music. Find it in the curriculum, Humanities 1321. And if enough people are interested in it, I'm certainly interested in teaching it again. But feel free to use me in order to provide some help in other classes that you may be taking. I have a broad background in the field of education. I've taught certainly things more than speech communication. So if you're having a class that you're having trouble with, let me know. And if I can point you towards some alternative resources, I'm happy to do that. You're signed up for a class that's going to go by very quickly. If you're in the 8-week class, God help you. I'm going to be here as much as I can to do as much as I can. But an 8-week core class, and that requires presentations, that requires some technical expertise to upload said presentations, that requires that you get it the first time through, that you're committed to doing something every day that makes this class work. It's going to be a lot for some people, but this is what you signed up for. There are 20 assignments that need to be completed, not attempted, completed, and turned in. That's the case if you're taking an 8-week class. That's the case if you're taking a 16-week class. Everybody's doing 20 assignments. Everybody's doing major projects, which are the informative speech, the persuasive speech, and some other assignments in between that will stack up the points very quickly. Um, 4 quizzes, same number of quizzes. I acknowledge that this is asking people to go through things very quickly. I acknowledge my own discomfort in teaching a ton of material very fast. But again, that's something that I would give some thought to before this point. And at this point, assuming you signed up on purpose, um, hang on, get the work done. You're going to have to work really hard to keep up with college level instruction, particularly in a virtual class. I have high expectations for research, speech preparation. Again, you can interact with me as much as you want, but I can teach it to you. I can't understand it for you. Hopefully, you don't take that the wrong way. Hopefully, you just hear that I'm really passionately trying to make sure you have the best experience possible, which is only going to happen if I get all of the work from you. I'm good at a lot of things. I'm not good at grading work that was never turned in. Not much I could do with that. Talk to an advisor or success coach immediately to make sure that the timelines for when things are due and how quickly this is going to be match up with your needs, your situation, which is unique from everybody else's. Don't want it to become problematic. Um, can't really make accommodations for work that's turned in after the due date. You got a calendar the day before the class started. It told you exactly when things are due. I was specific enough to give you an Excel broadsheet, a academic calendar with the months and the dates on it and the dates that assignments were due. I don't really have a lot of wiggle room. If you get behind, you just talk to a success coach, academic advisor, or talk to me candidly about what you can and can't do. I cannot accept piles of late work. I have over 100 students this semester, and if everybody decides to turn in all their work at the deadline that doesn't work, it's unfair to other students who do meet the deadlines to have a group of people that decided to, I don't know, stay home and watch SpongeBob and, work and hang out with their friends when you've made a commitment to academic progress in a college class. Um, this is a lot to cram in and understand that even before you get into the Brightspace page, which should be very, very quickly up, and I'll send you an email saying when it's ready to be accessed, um, that there is a path for you to get the grade that you want. But it's pretty simple. Do the assignments as well as they can be done. Do them within the time frames that you've already gotten in hand. And my expectations will be met. I need college level work from you. I don't need something that you halfway participated in. I absolutely do not want, need, or accept work that's been artificially generated. So if you have a computer program that you think is going to write a speech for you, Black Brightspace users turn it in. We know immediately if you've used artificial intelligence to create work, and you can't beat the game. Sooner or later, you're going to have to stand on your feet and produce like every other person in order to get academic credit in a college class. Most people in this country don't go to college, and it's because they don't figure out how to meet those academic requirements. But if you're watching this video, it's because you're already in college, which means you've already made the commitment to make the sacrifice and make these things work. Um, Expectations are going to be there. Some people will find it challenging to do all the work. Some people will find it challenging to do all the work in the time frames. Again, talk to me, talk to your success coach, talk to your academic advisor, and express that. Do not expect anything other than I'm going to be waiting for the work to be turned in. Again, if you need to talk to me face to face, I am at Richland College, Wichita Hall, 11 to 12:20 Tuesday and Thursday. If you ever want to just come sit in a actual class that I'm lecturing in, I invite that. I know if you're taking a class online, that may not be possible, but there's a way that we can communicate with each other. I want to make sure that you get the best experience possible and that you gain as much communication skill as possible. Everything's going to be posted on Blackboard. You've already received this. Um, and I'm going to go as best as possible this semester with explaining what I want from each assignment, where to find it on Brightspace, how many points it's worth, where to turn it in. I don't make, again, any accommodations for your schedule. Your schedule is in your hand, and it says what day those assignments are due. We don't need to go back and forth about that. You know well in advance. I'll try to send a weekly email that says this is due this week, this is due what's on these days. You already have that information, so that information should be a reminder. Bring me your best, and I'll do the best I can to help you get to the level that it needs to be. Once I see that all the assignments are turned in, we're done with each other. But that's turned in as well as you can do them without excuses. I learned a long time ago. Excuses are tools of the incompetent. Nobody's really interested in your reasons why you didn't do things because ultimately it comes down to did or didn't. And the group that I'm pushing for is the group that did it. You have my information, 972-656-9824. Again, 972-656-9824. It's on Brightspace, it's on your syllabus. Um, I'm not unreachable. Hey, I sent you an email and I didn't get a quick response, then call the Google Voice number. That works just as well. If it's urgent or something like that, I look forward to pushing you forward. What I need is the mental attitude that says, hey, I told you I would do this and I'm going to be a person of my word and contribute to the extent that you do. Coming in with the right mental attitude makes this easy. Coming in with the wrong mental attitude makes this hard. Some of you have decided to be dual credit students. You decided to tackle high school and college at the same time. I couldn't have done it when I was in high school, but God bless you for what you're attempting to do. Let's work together to make sure that that is a result of you making 100% effort all the time, every day. Um, Success is my expectation. You're going to do well. Part of the mental attitude that comes into it is if I email you assignments and I post um, descriptions and I make myself available for communication, and basically I don't understand, oftentimes comes down to I didn't read what you sent me. There's a ton of videos that are going to be under the announcements for everything we do. I have gone through great detail to explicitly give you information that explains how to do things. However, we run into a wall when we don't read. I've said this before. If you've been around me, I say it all the time. People that don't read and people that don't know how to read have the exact same outcomes in life. If you get something in your hand or on your computer screen and your email and you decide not to read it, you are functionally illiterate. The choice to not read is the same as the choice to not learn how to read. And I hope that you take this seriously because maturity means I read it before I complained about it. Oftentimes, where everything that you're questioning has been questioned in the last 20 years of me teaching this stuff, and I've already heard the questions and found an answer. If you don't understand anything, reach to me and let me know that you don't understand. But by the same token, if it's written down on paper in front of you, a lot of times what's going to happen is I'm going to say, well, did you read it? Because if you read it and still don't understand, then we have a different problem. That's comprehension. But it's not that you didn't get the information that's been emailed to you. I do group emails, so every single person in the class gets the same email at the same time. I don't individually email, so there's no need to say, hey, I didn't get quiz number 2 or I didn't see the instructions for the persuasive speech because everybody got them at the same time. So I don't know how it would skip you, but send all is send all, and that's the entire class group. Um, I'm here to support you in your educational journey. How you wind up is important to me. Um, I want you to be prepared for the future, and that means hitting the college level class and giving it everything you've got. We can always discuss expectations beforehand. It's very difficult to have those conversations after the fact. I'm not here to just wave you forward through a class. If you go to somebody else's class and they say, why don't you know this? Please don't put my name in it, right? I have an academic reputation to protect and uphold, and that means producing the very best quality students. Your family, your communities, everybody's counting on you to go to college, make the best effort, and learn as much as you can. Um, if there are special needs, again, communicate those to me as quickly as you can. My name is Derek Payne. I'm proud to be your professor this semester. dpayne at dallascollege.edu, 972-656 9824. Privileged to be part of your educational journey. Thank you very much.